Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're looking at an absolutely historic sports phenomenon, Lionel Messi heading into the 2026 World Cup final. We're going to unpack the incredible highs, the devastating lows, and that sheer, undeniable defiance that completely defines this legend.
It all starts with a rather stark reality. They told a boy in Rosario he'd never grow. I mean, just picture it for a second. That grainy, distant image of a tiny kid standing on a dusty dirt pitch in Argentina. It is honestly hard to fathom that this little boy, who faced severe physical doubts literally from day one, was standing at the starting line of what would become a legendary story.
Okay, let's dive into this. Chapter 1, A Dream Born in Rosario. Leaving home at 13, just a kid with a bag over his shoulder, crossing an ocean to chase a seemingly impossible dream.
Which brings us to Chapter 2, Heartbreaks to World Champion. And this is where things get really agonizing.
Let's look at the timeline here, because the sheer span of time is wild. We go from him leaving Rosario at age 13 all the way to a series of 4 massive heartbreaks that peaked around 2014, then finally becoming world champion at 35, and now, this unbelievable resurgence in 2026 at age 39. Talk about emotional whiplash. It's a career entirely defined by decades of grinding, of failing on the biggest stages, and just continually getting back up.
I think we all remember that iconic, crushing image from 2014, walking past the World Cup trophy in pure defeat after 4 agonizing finals. He was so utterly devastated that he actually walked away from the national team for a bit. Yet fast forward to Qatar in 2022, and he's a champion of the world. At 35, lifting that exact same trophy surrounded by gold confetti. Honestly, you'd think that would be the perfect final storybook ending, right?
Well, not quite. Chapter 3, the ultimate 2026 comeback. Because remember how the world saw him after that high? People were saying he was finished. Sitting in a dark tunnel of his career, simply too old to do it again. 39. In the footballing world, 39 isn't just old. For a forward who is expected to literally carry an entire international campaign, it is practically ancient. Critics completely wrote him off before this 2026 tournament even kicked off. Everyone thought the magic had finally run out. But then came his answer. 8. The critics spoke, and Messi answered by dominating the 2026 tournament with 8 goals. He absolutely shattered expectations and completely defied the typical age-in curve of an elite athlete. And those 8 goals didn't just win games, they broke the all-time record. This entire miraculous tournament for Argentina has been defined by comeback after comeback. I mean, think of that unforgettable image of him being carried on his teammates' shoulders after defeating England. It's like a movie script. At 39, against all odds, he is carrying a nation on his back all over again.
And this brilliantly illustrates Chapter 4, one last dance against Spain, walking into the stadium lights, carrying a nation one more time.
Tomorrow's final, Argentina versus Spain on July 19th, isn't just a massive historical event. It is a totally fascinating tactical clash. This is the ultimate strategic matchup. You have Spain's relentless, high-pressing youth movement completely focused on rapid possession, and they're going right up against this incredibly disciplined Argentine defensive block that is designed specifically to preserve Messi's energy for those lethal counterattacks. Spain is definitely going to look to stretch the pitch, while Argentina will try to draw them in and exploit those transitional spaces using Messi's unbelievable vision. It is youth versus experience, possession versus absolute precision.
So the crucial point is, at 39, he's carrying a nation one last time, but how will this final dance end? Will Spain's youthful tactics finally force the curtain to fall on his career, or will Messi's veteran genius find just one last pocket of space to secure back-to-back glory? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Enjoy the final.